Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Trending Thursday. My name is Glenn, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest. Glad to be here. Glad to have you here. This was the original live stream that got us started on YouTube. So, if you can hear me, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, and let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. And I'm with you, Roy. SMCI is kicking butt and taking names. It's doing the darn thing. It's up like another 8.5% today. Up again. Yeah. So, Jazz, you got to give me the stocks when I tell you to give me the stocks. I'm not ready for the stocks yet. Stop giving me the stocks. Stop doing that. Sigh. I'm about to put somebody in timeout already. I'm in a mood. I'm in a mood. I don't know if it's the market. I don't know if it's Joey. Joey was busting my chops today just to get stuff done. And it's just, he doesn't realize what I have to do every day. And he just, I don't know. Hey, it's just one of those days. But I'm still going to help you guys make money. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. SMC next target, $600. Is that $575? About to say $600 where? It's at $575. You know I won't give you targets, right? You know I won't give you targets. That's because I'm going to let the stock come to me. I'm going to let the market come to me. I'm not going to give you targets. But interesting that you got it at 600 and it's at 575. I don't think that you're too far off the mark right there. Glenn, Joey, VV Nation, SMCI was talked about almost 2 years ago on this channel. I know, John. I know. But there's a lot of people out there who still are not subscribers to the channel. Hey, do me a favor. If you're not a subscriber to the VectorVest channel, do us all a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Do it right now. Hit that subscribe button. We try very hard to bring great information to you guys as early as we can. We really, really, really do. And you know, with the amount of people we have on the channel, about 53,000 subscribers, 53,000, you know, we're still just hitting the tip of the iceberg in this space. The only way we get to get a bigger chunk of the ice is if you guys subscribe to the channel and share this content. All right? And share this content. So I already, Glenn didn't think so on targets. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of doing targets. Isidro, as a new subscriber, which search would you use after watching the 73 videos in your library? Oh, you know something? As a new subscriber, I'm going to tell you to always, from the beginning, just look at top VST stocks. I think that's a great place to start. VV Nation, you agree with that? Type a 1 if you agree with that for a brand new subscriber. Type a 2 if you don't think so. I think that as a brand new subscriber to the system, I would say just start off with the top VST stocks. I think that's the best way to just put your feet in the water, get an understanding of what VectorVest is all about using our indicators. I think that's a great way to start. That's my 2 cents, and I want to see what the people in the room say. These are VectorVest subscribers, all right? Fitz, how did you know about that? That's tomorrow's strategy special presentation. How did you know that, Fitz? I don't think you knew that. I think that's a search that you like. But that's going to be tomorrow's special presentation. All right, that's going to be tomorrow's special presentation. So there's your answer in regards to the best way to start getting acclimated to the program. All right, as we look at the market, this is Fed reaction from yesterday. The Fed talked and the Fed pissed off a lot of people and the market got its butt kicked. That's what happened yesterday. You agree with that? Yes or no? The Fed talked to the people and the people were pretty pissed off. Couple of reasons. One, he couldn't decide and didn't give specific dates on when interest rates were going to get cut. Number 2, he plain off said, I ain't doing it in March. And a lot of people out there, especially in this channel, was saying, we're going to start the cuts in March. Yeah, Glenn. Not only that, Glenn, we're going to have 4 to 6 cuts. That's what I got to say about that. I really didn't think that it would happen in March. But again, I'm just a guy. I'm not an economist. I'm just a guy. I just think from a common sense perspective, I didn't see March. When did Glenn say? When did Uncle Glenn say that we were going to be looking for a cut? Type it in the room. When did Uncle Glenn say that we were going to be looking for a cut? Michael, I'm going to talk about that in a second. When did Uncle Glenn say that? And this is for those people who are not subscribers to the channel. Glenn said I was looking at summer. I was Juvember. What the flying flip is Juvember? What is, I said summer. I said summer. And I'm going to still stick to that. We might get a cut. I'm going to talk about that in May. We'll see. But too many things going on in the VectorVest system that warranted that idea as well. When I look at earnings is the engine that drives the stock market higher. I'm looking at earnings. I'm looking at stocks. I'm looking at the hotness of AI. So many things. I'm looking at jobs. All right. Even though people are doing a lot of layoffs, I'm still looking at the job market. We're still at 3.7% unemployment. Why does a Fed cut interest rates? To push up an economy. Our economy doesn't need it. So when I sat back and said that I was thinking about this from a common sense perspective, I think a lot of people would just, no, Fed's going to do that. I say, okay, let's go see. All right. I said, just let's go see. I don't think he will cut till quarter three. And one of the Fed governors said that, David. One of the Fed governors came out and said they're not looking to cut until third quarter. Imagine if Powell said, we need to see 10% employment first. Ooh, man. Market would have lost its mind. The market would have just crashed. So I think, and one thing that when I look at the homepage, when I've got all three colors being represented in the color guard, you've heard me say this on more than one occasion. When you see all three colors being represented in the color guard, the market's having a hard time determining a true direction. We got a lot of yellow. We got a lot of green. We got one red. This is in a 6-day time period. All right. Still holding PH gave great guidance. All right. To keep real estate in balance, he cuts. Ooh, you know something? Is real estate a big enough play in the economy to cater to it? I'm curious. To keep real rates. I thought you said real estate. My fault. To keep real rates in balance, he cuts. We'll see about that. That's all I'm going to say about that. We'll see about that. Florida Dream says disco lights. Are we long-term channel? I think that we've got more downside risk. I've been saying that for the longest time too, and it hasn't come to fruition. Nat says, am I wrong? I thought the DEW went down January 17th and the market is still up. I don't think the DEW went down. I think it got close to it, or it might have flashed it. It might have flashed it throughout the day, but I don't think it closed in a down scenario. I don't think it has closed in a down scenario. All right. Christopher says, yes, VST, good start for buying and holding. Glenn, I meant rates versus inflation imbalance. Inflation is coming down, but that's relative. We're coming off the highness of 9%, right? We're coming off the highness of 9%. Interest rates, even though everybody's complaining about interest rates, that they're still low, right? So keeping rates and inflation in balance, they're still low overall. But the reason why you cut rates, for the most part, Bill, the reason why you cut rates is to help to spur up an economy. We don't need it. And if you don't need it, then you just don't arbitrarily cut rates to keep in the balance. I think you don't. It's a way of pushing up. It actually is a way of pushing up the economy when it's hurting, like China just did. They cut their rates because their economy is jacked up. We're not in the same situation. That's why the Fed is not in a rush to cut rates. All right, so as we look at what's going on in the market, all of the major indices are up today. NASDAQ leading the way. I'm still playing SQQQ. It still hasn't hit my stop yet. So one day doesn't make a trend, but I'm looking at the S&P 100 is up. The S&P 500 is up almost 1%. The market's showing a good rebound today, right? Let's get into my graphs. Market's showing a good rebound today. There's today's activity. Oops, would be nice if I hit the right thing. It is nice update today. Look at that. Come on, slide over. Nice update today. Trading at the session highs, no wick at the top. We are at a level where the market is at an all-time high, or at least over the last 3 months. The buy to sell ratio is not showing me that with the where we currently at, that more stocks are taking advantage of the rally coming off this low. RT is below 1, went back above 1, back and forth. I still think the market needs more downside, man. I honestly do. Not a pick, but BNKD has been moving up. How about Bill? I'm back in it. I'll tell you why I'm back in it today in the stories. I'm back in BNKD, and there's a reason why I am. Ooh, where's Akshaya? Oh, yeah, Akshaya, you need to be here today, bro. Ooh, there's some bad juju going down. And I think BNKD is going to be killer once again. All right. With the market rising again, why is the MTI down? That's always a good question. When the market rises up, when the market pushes up but the MTI falls, understand that the MTI looks at 3 indicators: price, RT, and the BSR. Okay? And what's happening is it's looking at those 3 indicators over a 50-day period. So the market can move in one direction and the MTI can move in the opposite direction because of the time period it looks at, looking at 3 different indicators. Does that make sense? Who just asked me that? Roger, does that make sense? The MTI looks at 3 indicators over a 50-day period. 3 indicators over a 50-day period. So they don't have to run in tandem. And that's the reason why. But that question gets asked a lot. Abercrombie and Fitch hit another new high. Joey must be spending a lot of money. Joey got money. He be buying stuff. He be buying a lot of stuff. Is that better, Joey? Is that better? Hopefully that's better.
You did not have your mic in front of you. Your mic is off in the corner.
What mic? You mean
when you did the video, you didn't push the mic out in front of you. You never turned your mic on.
Oh, so I got it. Is that the promo?
Yep.
Oh, today is the day. All right. What's BNKD? It's bearish on the regional banks, Richard. It's a ticker symbol that's bearish on the regional banks. And what is Uncle Glenn been saying about the regional banks? Your Uncle Glenn said something about those two. What did he say? And this was said a while ago. It's got something to do with footwear. What did Uncle Glenn say about the regional banks? All right. Who are you yelling at? I think Ryan's yelling at me that the other shoe was going to fall. And that's what I'm waiting for. And we're going to talk about that today. All right, what time is it? 2:13? Crocs. I'm not buying Crocs. Glenn, great to see you screening. You are often talked about sales being the driver of earnings. Do you screen for sales? If so, what percentage sales would you want? When I look at building a search where I'm looking at earnings, I want sales growth to be higher than earnings growth. So let's say, for instance, I look for earnings growth to be greater than 10. I look for sales growth to be greater than 30. So at least I try to put myself in a situation where sales growth is higher than earnings growth. It's not always that way, so I have to cherry pick to find out the stocks that have the higher growth, the higher sales growth than earnings growth. All right, look at Joey giving the answer. No, that's a whole different thing. Joey's. I'm not even trying to get into that. That's a video that I've been trying to get done.
Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
Shut up, Joe. Shut up, Joe.
About me talking about the other shoe is going to fall.
Well, a lot of people knew. Joey is the only one that put it in there. Wow. Uncle Glenn has said it many times. That's okay. I understand.
She's not talking about the video we asked you to do on Monday.
I got to do a video on Monday?
No.
Oh. Tell Joey to make another oil video. Joey doesn't know anything about oil. He doesn't know about anything about golf. He doesn't know anything about uranium.
Whose portfolio is doing better, yours or mine? Tell the people.
Where am I at? We're pretty back and forth.
You're in sixth.
No,
now. I'm in second.
Shut up. I did whatever. Of course, you look just so that you can say that. Whatever. We have a company portfolio where we compete against each other, and Joey's beating me right now. All right. Glenn, when the commercial real estate collapses and it is marked to market, we'll have the shoe dropping in the economy seasoning and the Fed cutting. That's a lot to take in. Stop putting up Joey for president. And I can't take it off. I can't believe I can't. Oh, what if I do that? Oh, that's bad. I don't know what I just did. Joey, take that off. I don't know what that is. Quit. Wow. I don't know what that was, and I was about to jack up everything. Holy smokes. I got scared. I thought I was going to blow up the whole computer. Ooh-wee. All right, let's talk about the news that is, Glenn, are you Tom or Jerry? I'm neither. Reminds me of Charlie Brown where the teacher in the background goes, wah, 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 wah. I know. All right, let's talk about the news moving the market. Fed holds rates, how investors feel about the January decision. Coming out as Fed MO, this was just a lot of blah, 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 blah. And that's all it was. There was just a lot of blah, blah, blah. This is what I want y'all to see. Oh, wait a minute. I saw something about an Israel ceasefire. Are you messing with me, Ultra Magnus? Or is that something that people agreed on? That's why Glenn opened by lightning into Joey, who is out trading him. Now makes, yeah. Okay. Epic Times, Bloomberg both had articles about banks this week. No, that's why the WTI tanked. Oh, you talk about oil? We'll talk about that in a second, too. This is what I want y'all to see. I was taking a look at the March. Look at that. 62% no change, 37% ease. There's a lot of y'all that argued with me saying, no, we're going to start getting cuts in March. I said I didn't see it. I said we will see. This number keeps changing, though. But I think it's going to get higher on the no change because the Fed came out and said, "What? We ain't doing it. So then when I look at this, part of what the Fed is looking for in regards to making a decision, saw ceasefire conversations only. All right. I found VectorVest video from 2013 and I learned an awesome strategy. I love VectorVest, says Matt. There you go. You would think with all the war in the Middle East, oil would be zooming up. Dang it. You know something?
I love it.
That's exactly what I've been saying. And so what have I been saying about oil? It's manipulated. With everything that's going on in the Middle East, and then oil should be rocking and rolling because supply is an issue. But now we are the biggest exporter, the biggest producer of oil. How did that just come up all of a sudden? I'm just curious. How did that, over the last we're the biggest producer of oil now. But we took a ton of oil out of our reserves. I got some information on, Akshaya sent me something through Twitter that the Federal Reserve has been slowly but surely getting, it ain't enough. I think it was like 20 million barrels has been put in, and it ain't enough. How much oil did the administration take out of the strategic reserves? Does anybody know? Because I will have to Google it, but does anybody know? It was a lot of freaking oil. I'm waiting for somebody to put the number in there. Exactly, the little oil was 180 million. And then when I get a story that says, oh, over the last month or so, they've put in 22, it was either 22 or 30 million barrels. That's all? Out of 180 million that we got rid of? Okay. So I look at that and I'm like, okay. And then I laugh at that. And I said, really? You don't think the whole market is manipulated in some degree? How does it move so much? While he spoke yesterday, everybody wasn't sitting at home trading in and out. And saying, when you see big moves in the market, on any given day, it's not the regular or the retail investor doing that. That's the big money. That's the money managers doing that. So I don't always say that the market as a whole is manipulated. When you see big moves in the market, it's not retail investors. It ain't you and me doing that. That's big money with trillions of dollars under management doing that. That's what that is. What's up, Furby? All right. So I won't call that everything is manipulated. But oil is. And somebody will say, well, you keep saying that. Give me proof. Just look at it. Supply is going to be an issue. Getting the boats to get, it's a problem. But now, all of a sudden we've become the biggest oil producer. I don't know where all the extra oil drilling is. You got an administration that ain't about drilling. I think a lot of it is coming from fracking, but it is what it is. All right. I'm moving on up. 20% of oil sales being done in currencies other than the US dollar. Even with that, Dan, even with that being said, I still think that oil, whether it's going, in different currencies or not, should be moving with supply issues. Right? That's what I think. Remember when the U.S. used their oil reserves, prices were really high than today. So by replacing it today, they made some real money. But, if you're going to, I think that's a good business move. If you're going to deplete as much as you've done with the oil reserve, well, I think it's a good, smart decision to buy it dirt cheap and put it back in. I mean, that makes. Can we have the moving average cost presentation if you pay for it or if you win it as a giveaway? I might give away a course today. I think I can. Joey can't stop me. I can give it to whoever the hell I want to give it to, and Joey can't stop me. All right, I'll deal with the ramifications later. I might think about giving away a moving average cost presentation today. All right, I thought Stop It was canceling for. I'm not going to tell you what I think because it's going to be more political. The unemployment rate sitting at 3.7%, even though a lot of people are killing jobs. U.S. job cuts more than double in January. That's huge. A lot of people announced layoffs reached 82,000 in January, which is 136% surge from December. That's a lot of people getting laid off because of higher interest rates. It's catching up to a lot of people. If you follow me on Twitter, I tweet out every time somebody lays off a ton of people. If you follow me on Twitter, you have to go find me. Joey doesn't want to tell you what my Twitter account is. But if you follow me on Twitter, I tweet out every time somebody lays off people. All right. It wouldn't be a bad idea to give it to Amir, Charlene. It wouldn't be. Can we nominate someone to get a course, says Janice? I think Charlene already did. I think Charlene already did it. Said give it to Amir. All right. But with all of these jobs being laid off, unemployment is still at 3.7%. Still at 3.7%. All right, next one. Oil prices rise on Middle East tensions. Should have been rising. All right, we're going to take a look at oil. Walmart is making some news. Walmart announces ambitious 5-year growth plan. Aims to build or convert more than 150 locations by 2029 and remodel 650 stores over the next 12 months. Walmart's the biggest brick and mortar sales thing. And I love that they are putting back into the business. All right, that they're putting it back into the business. Charlene, just who would I nominate, says Janice. Give it to me, Mug. Mug's not even going to be the word. Linda says, sure, I'll vote for Amir. I might actually do that, Amir. And let me see how my day goes. Glenn, how can all these job cuts be happening yet unemployment be so low? Ooh, you know why? Because a lot of these jobs are what kind of jobs, folks? So somebody knows the answer besides me. What kind of jobs are these that are being put in the books? Anybody? Somebody knows this besides just me. Anybody? Part-time is one. Where's the other one? There it is, Martin. The other one, Marty, is government jobs. So that's why. So you got to understand there's a lot of people out there working one or two part-time jobs. Companies don't have to pay benefits on those, but they're still looked at as jobs. And there's a lot of government jobs in there as well. So that's why. That's the answer to your question. Unemployment is still low because there's a lot of jobs that are being filled, whether they are part-time or not. All right. Lots of government jobs over the last year. As Jack just said, I said the same thing. Absolutely. All right. I like that Walmart is investing back into itself. I want you guys to keep your eyes on that. MasterCard develops proprietary AI model to enhance fraud detection. What did I also say was going to go along with AI was going to be cybersecurity. All right. So I like this fits the profile for both. So we'll look at that. How about this? 300,000 extra NVIDIA chips per month, thanks to Intel did it. How many of you watch the channel and watch the shorts that mostly Ryan puts out? I only put out one a week, but Ryan's been killing it on the shorts. He did a short on this, but Ryan has also been looking at Intel as a backup to all of the other chip manufacturers. And I think that the idea that Intel is getting into the race a little faster than he even thought about. NVIDIA can't handle the demand for the GPUs as it stands. TSMC cannot produce enough of the company's H100 chips. So it appears Intel Foundry Services is coming to the rescue. Ryan's been talking about this. I think I went back in and got into more Intel. I don't remember, but I think that that's not a bad investment right now, especially if Intel is going to be looked at to help with the whole chip thing. All right. Next one. Now let's get down to it. And of course, Akshaya won't be here on the day where I could be starting to watch the beginning of the other shoe falling. New York Community Bank Corp stock plunges 38%, reigniting fears for regional banks. Good googly muggly. Uncle Glenn has been talking about that. I haven't been able to tell you when because I don't know when. But common sense again that at some point in time, when New York, what was the bank, Silvergate, went through what it went through, it wasn't the only regional going through that. It was the first regional that reported it. And look at what happened. You think the other regionals are going to jump on the same board and go, hey, let's go do the same thing? No. They're kicking the can down the road, but at some point in time, you're going to have to report these. You're going to have to. This could be the start. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that as well. Let's talk about some earnings beats. Royal Caribbean upbeat on 2024 profit as strong booking trend persists. Merck, more deals to prepare for Keytruda's. Merck seeks more deals to prepare for Keytruda's revenue decline. That wasn't a earnings beat, but it's in there nonetheless. This one earnings call. Novartis posts a solid quarter four growth with optimistic 2024. And what else? Remember when I was talking about somebody, I think it was Honda, was saying that it was either Honda or Toyota was saying, we're going to look more to the hybrid side of the business. And I asked the question, I said, I wonder how many more of the big names were going to follow behind them as increasing the hybrid business. Well, how about this? GM auto dealers call for more hybrids as the EV market stumbles. Ta-da! Good Lord have mercy. I love that we say the things that we can say, and when they come to fruition, that you guys can say, wow, VectorVest did talk about that. So I wondered how many more of the big names were going to follow, and I still think there's going to be more. It was Toyota. Thank you, Dan. And I'm thinking that more and more of the big names will be doing that. I watched the Daily Color Guard report, and Ryan is my favorite presenter. Glenn, you're my second. I'll take that because he talks a little faster than the rest of you and moves it along at a great pace. I appreciate that, Janice. It's all good. And how much money are they expecting the big banks to pick up? You know something, as you're going to find, a lot of these regionals may fall to the wayside. It does open the door for the bigger banks to get bigger because they're going to get snapped up. They're either going to get snapped up by the big banks, or a lot of other banks are going to join together, band together to pick up those banks. But I'm telling you, I told you that I was waiting for the other shoe to fall. I think Bank D may be a good investment more again. At the LA Auto Show, I told every manufacturer management staff I found that they needed more hybrids. Can't plug an EV into a tree. It's true. Are you looking into insurance companies? You know, if I'm looking at, I like Progressive. Probably one of my favorite, between Progressive and Aflac, two of my favorite insurance companies. That's if you're asking that question. All right, let's get into the software once again. Let's go look at these stocks in my list. There's the markets. Everything is up. The VIX is down. People are greedy. The big banks were assessed a charge over the Silicon Valley shenanigans. That's fine. And you know something, Linda? They can absorb that. They can absorb that. Jack says EVs will take a hit this year. Prices are high and people have anxiety of recharging. Not only that, another reason why I know that EVs will take a hit this year is nobody's buying up lithium for the batteries. We've got overabundance of lithium right now. All right, until lithium starts to move back up because there's a demand to use for EVs, that's another sign that the EV space is under some selling pressure right now. All right. Let's go look at the big news stocks. Here's the stocks that made the big news. Oh, wait. There's something I want to show you. There's the bank. Down 8%. The biggest mover to the downside, right? Let's go. Can I do it this way? I don't want to do it this way. I'm going to go to where am I looking? Industry Viewer. I want to show you something. Why am I getting bullish on Bank D? Let's go to Bank Multi-Regional. It's one of our groups, right? Bank Multi-Regional. Let's go look at the industry graph of this. 3-month graph. What's it doing? It's getting its butt kicked. How about that? All right. That is why I'm getting bullish on Bank D. That is why I'm on BNKD. And it still has trend. We got triggered, just lost trigger. Just lost trigger after the industry was sitting in a channel. It broke down below, never got to the high level of resistance, but broke down below this current level of support, which was the gap, which was the last gap up, faded twice. Yeah. XRE been going down as well. So that's why in my list today, watch list viewer, that's why in my list today, I am bearish on regional banks. And in my real world portfolio, I did pick up some BNKD. Did I put it in here? Big news. No, I should put it in here. I did pick up some BNKD. All right. So where is it at? Look at that. It's up 4% today. I think it's one of the biggest movers. There it is. Bank D. BNKD, big mover today. Merck, that was an earnings. Novada. What was else? An earnings. Royal Caribbean was an earnings. I think MasterCard. All right. I'm going to put those up as earnings. Royal Caribbean moving down today, though. But Merck, Novartis, MasterCard, all moving up. Hey, John. Glenn, when you set a stop just below support, how far below? Cents, dollars? I'm looking at probably 0.5%. 0.5%. When I'm looking for a stock to break either support or resistance as an entry, I figure 0.5% is enough. I figure half a percent is enough. I can't believe Elf is up over 70% since early November. Elf, Ulta, and Sally. All the beauty companies are kicking butt taking names. All the beauty companies, thank you, Niles. All the beauty companies are kicking butt taking names. All right. And exit, I would do this. No. If I'm going to use support or resistance, I'm going to use a break of support or resistance on an end of day graph. On an end of day graph. If I'm in the stock longer term, a few days, if I'm even swing trading it, I will trade on support or resistance, but on an end of day basis. I don't want to get shook in and out after I've owned the stock. So on exit, I'm going to use the end of day break. And all it has to do at that point is break. So if I'm looking to get in on a break above resistance, it just needs to break above, and then I go buy the next day. If it's breaking below the support and I own it, I'm waiting to the next day. Well, after breaks that day, I'll sell it off the next day. CGEM is a stock that I was going to look at today, Jazz. I was going to put it on my list, but I changed my mind. I had enough stocks. CGEM was a stock that I was looking at. All right. Walmart. I love the investment. Good, solid company. Global XI, Global XAI. I still think that AI is the place to be. All right. So those are my stocks that made the news. The bank. Let me. I did show you the bank. I did show you that industry. I'm telling you, BNKD is a mover, and I've got it in my real world portfolio as well. All right, let me give you some fish. Here we go. Cherry picking MPI, big movers today, but they all meet the MPI. Let's graph them. They all meet the MPI trigger. Look at that. MFH, that mother. I could say it could, but no. It's a lot of volatile. If you're not okay with the volatility, and stay away from it. Should I buy Walmart before the split? I think that. Oh man, why are you asking me that now? Dang it! I was just on the graph. Empty. Let's go look at Walmart before this. You know something? I like the idea of the split because if the company is doing well, and people are just not able to, it's 160. The answer to that question to me is yes. Here's that level of the gap. It faded it and slowly going up to catch the 3-month high. The answer to your question from me is yes. I think that they're putting themselves in a good position to be bought before the split. All right, Maria, that's my 2 cents. That's my 2 cents. All right, let's go to the next stock. QD. What am I looking at? I'm looking at graphs of what? I forget. What am I looking at graphs of? Oh, I'm looking at graphs of the MPI. I'm like, what am I doing? Here's the trigger. Theoretically, I'd like, actually, it's got trend. I'd like to see it break above that, and it did that today, but a lot of give back. Ooh, a little spinning top. Be careful with that one, even though it met the criteria. Next nav, I like the move. A hammer with a double hammer. That's a hammer with a hammer on the side. The hammer had a side piece. I don't know why I said that. It just looks like it. A hammer with a side piece hammer. Anyway, I got no. That was really bad. That was really, really bad, Sai. I do like that it's got trigger but no trend. Trigger no trend. Have a good day, Dave. I like the trigger no trend though. That was a whole toolbox. I know. Hammer time. You can't. I know. That was bad, but it was funny. It was funny. You know something? This is what I'm looking for. Short term. Let's go see if and it's getting out of its own way right there. Hammer with Snoop Dogg. Dave C. After that joke, me too. Wow, that's all right. It was good. If it can break above this level of 423 and stay above it, I wouldn't mind taking it. All right, Aura, it's got trigger. I like the rising earnings. I need this stock to get out of its own way too. A lot of these stocks are hitting the MP. Ooh, I like this move higher, coming off this swing high, coming off of this hammer here. Steadily moving up, and I got trigger. I don't like earnings per share, though. All right, so those are my MPI picks for you. Let's go look at my Midas Touch picks. All your uranium recommendations. I got uranium. I just did a video on uranium stocks. Joey, can you put the link up there? I just did a video on uranium stocks, Phyllis. It was done last week. I think it was done last Friday, maybe. I just did Joey's looking for the video to put the link up there, but I just did one. All four of your, you're saying all four of your uranium picks are up today. Okay, is that what you're saying? Again, I like that. John says, Joey perhaps can't touch this for a bad stocks may be a good sound bite for Glenn. Joey, can we do that? Can't touch this. Doom, doo, doo, doom, doo, doom, doo, doom. Can't touch this. That would be awesome. If we can get that. For a stock I wouldn't touch, can't touch this. I like that. Joey, can you make that happen? So, cherry pick Midas Touch. Look at all these double-digit winners today. Let's graph these, but with a Midas Touch feel. 3 months. Look at these moves. Good, googly, moogly. Graph layout. Where is it? I got the Midas Touch. Everything I touch turns to gold. Oh, baby. Woo! I got the Midas. Okay. Anyway, look at the RT just crossed the stock. Look at the 5 and 40 and the 10 and 65. Sorry, getting MPI and Midas Touch. I like this play and hitting a new 3-month high. I don't like the wick at the top and at the bottom, giving me a spinning top, but I do like the move. I like to move it. Look at this FULC, nice new high. No trading. It's trading right at the session highs. I like it. I do like it. These are fists for you. ASPI, a little wick at the top, but the body's still bigger. Mining it. Look at this. How many of you know all of these stocks? I like NKTX. Like all of these drug stocks. Nice move up today. And the last one is ABSI. All these drug medical. Hammer, run up. Midnight Star. There you go, Global. What you know about that? I got the Midas Touch. Everything I touch turns to gold. Oh, baby. CCJ. Uranium. I do like uranium. New 3-month high and gap up today. And RT is falling. Be careful with that. This is looking at it from the Midas Touch. But it's hitting a new 3-month high. It is hitting a new 3 months. Years ago, you said that high RT stocks create big winners. Is that statement the case only when earnings per share is up and to the right? RT tells me that a stock is moving now. I like to watch RT break above 1 early, but I also need other buffers like earnings moving up, something along those lines, along with RT crossing above. I want RT crossing above on stocks that have an RV above 1. Things like that. RT crossing above 1 if a stock's got a CI above 1. Those things I add in conjunction with RT moving above 1. EU is my uranium winner. If I'm going to look at uranium, I'm a big fan of CCJ. It's one of the best stocks in the uranium space. Glenn, can you please give your insight on Apple and Amazon? I love me some Apple. Apple, Amazon, AMZM. Let's go take a look. Apple's got earnings tomorrow, right? Apple's got earnings. I don't know. Apple. Here's relative safety. Let's go to graph layouts. I'm going to change my layout to swing. There's earnings per share. Apple makes money. There's no doubt about it. Apple makes money. Apple's trading in a channel. That's a 3-month graph. Apple's trading in a channel. The only thing that continuously saves Apple's behinds when it comes to earnings is the services. Apple's earning tonight and Amazon's earnings tonight as well, or earnings today. Okay, so they're both today. When I'm looking at Apple, Apple is definitely overvalued, sitting in a tight channel over the last 3 months. Okay, I do like that they make money. They're not paying a dividend. Apple can go either way. Something tells me that they're going to beat on earnings but miss on revenues, or vice versa. All right. The company makes money, though. I think it can go either way. If I'm going to play Apple, I would play an option called a straddle, because I can't give you that it's and it's in the AI. It's in a hot space. I just don't know if they have everything that they need to beat earnings. Let's go to a 6-month graph. Let's go put on earnings. They must have beat earnings here. Oh, it's coming out today. All right, it ain't come out yet. I don't know. And I'm looking at it coming off the level of resistance and below the 20-day. Where's relative safety? Relative safety is at 1.37. It tells me that they should hit or beat earnings. Then the other side is going to be revenue. And then the third side of it is going to be forward guidance. All right. So, Glenn, good afternoon. Got BNKD. Yep. I was waiting for you to be here. I got it. I've already got it. And I talked about it. And I said, I told you it was coming. Akshaya. I told you. I don't know if this is fully it. Don't get me wrong. I don't think that this is fully it. But it's showing its signs. Apple dealing the PRC, slow down sales, some barriers to iPhone to certain government organizations. I think there could be a lot of things going on with Apple. Right now, I'm not sure what will happen if you're going to play Apple. It's one way to play Apple. Either not play it now prior to earnings, but if you're going to play it during earnings, I'd do a straddle. Would you go for a 1-week expiration in the straddle right before earnings? I could do that. It depends on if I'm buying or selling. Apple has about a 6-point expected move. All right, you know me. I'm not gonna talk. I don't know. Me don't know. I'm just looking at the graph. It's in a channel. It just broke through a level of support. It's got another level of support sitting at about 180.06. I don't know, but I'm looking at. It has a high chance of beating earnings. I just don't know what revenues are going to be, and I don't know what forward guidance is going to be. All right, let's go look at Amazon real quick. Amazon, I think, is a stronger play that it beats. I think Amazon is a stronger play that it beats. Relative value above 1 and relative safety above 1. Sales growth 13. Yeah. I'm a stronger pick for Amazon to beat both earnings and revenue. Now, the other side of it again is going to be what the forward guidance is. Amir says, how about buying SMCI? I miss SMCI. Well, Amir, look at the stock. Look at the stock. And then also, I want all of y'all to keep in mind what I talked about in market. The market's getting to a level of being overextended again. All right. SMCI is killing it, Amir. It is on good volume. But you know something, Amir? What goes up must come down. Big moves on it. Big moves on it. If you're not in it now, you might have missed it. You might have missed it. Apple can move the market down or up, right? Yeah, Apple's got the market cap to move the market tomorrow based upon what its earnings are today. All right, and Leah's right. That's another term. It is moving up parabolically, almost straight up. That doesn't bode well for a stock. All right, that doesn't bode well for a stock. All right, I don't want to look at your stocks today. I answered a lot of your questions, and I'm okay with that. I am definitely okay with that. My multibaggers. Hey, Mark, you here? Here were my picks for multibaggers last week. All right. Here were my picks. Apple's earnings to grow at 5.56. High cost of debt, says Jack. We'll see. Again, I'm not a prognosticator when it comes down to earnings and all that kind of stuff. All I want to do is just look at the stuff and see what has a higher probability of meeting or exceeding. You will make us all free this year. If you ain't free, you got problems. Because I'm free. I'm free. You need to be free too. If you ain't free, there's an amendment that says that we are all free. And if you ain't free, you need to go talk to your congressman or somebody, because Lincoln said we's all free. So you need, I don't know, I'm just saying, well, I got nothing in the Constitution about being financially free. So that's why you're here to get to that point. I'm not free. I'm expensive. Go ahead, Linda. Woo-wee. Go ahead, Linda. That's how you supposed to be, Linda. I like that. I like that. Good. Googly muggly. That put, woo. She said, I'm not free. I'm expensive. Woo-wee. Wait a minute. Are you married, Linda? I'm just saying, because if you ain't, that could be why you ain't married. I'm just saying. I just had to think about that a little bit. I was like, if you ain't married, that might be the reason why. But if you are, then you got yourself a good man, because he knows that. All right. I'm just saying, I'm not free, but I'm disposable, says Fireblazer. Linda says, yes, still honeymooning after 30 years. There you go, Linda. Then you got somebody who knows that you ain't free and that you're expensive. Then there you go. All right. So with that, my multi-bagger picks. Let's go see what they did from last week. Let's go see what my multi-bagger. Oops. Mark Norton, are you here? Did you not answer me? He's ignoring me. Mark, you're in timeout for ignoring me. Let's go see what my picks did from last week. Quick test all. Oh, they didn't do so good last week, but we did find GGAL that did go up 7%. DRCT did go down 10%. All right, I just wanted to see. Let me empty this out. Let me give you my new list of possible multi-bagger picks going into next week. SUPV, NU, TAL, CXBMF. That's got too many freaking letters in it. And PPSI. All right. Let's go see. Here's my next pick of multi-baggers. Let's go see what they do going into next week. Mark Norton, impressive. What did he say? Mark Norton, you're impressive. You're in timeout for ignoring Glenn and for not bringing up Exroff. You're the man, says. He's probably busy. He's probably either busy in the background or he's not here. Is one of the two. All right. What did Bill say? High maintenance? Nope. Pretty chill, says Bill. There you go, Linda. My wife's not high maintenance, but I'd say that my wife's not expensive. My wife is awesome. Let me tell you something. She's amazingly awesome. I like her. He answered you. Oh, did he? Oh, Mark, there he is. I have many more ways to get into timeout. Mark, I was asking if he had the list from last week, but he was moving fast enough for me. What did Sherilyn say? Sherilyn said something. Sherilyn said, Amir, that's a bold thing to support your family with trading when you are brand new at it. Ooh, that's true. I actually did answer you with your picks from 2 weeks ago. Why 2 weeks? I didn't want 2 weeks. I'm doing it every week, Mark. Yeah. Amazon options are way too high. Ooh. Then that means there's a lot of volatility on that. That must be some crazy volatility for the options to be way high. If that's the case, I'd be a seller of the option. I'd probably sell an option on that. Oh, you weren't here last week? What did Roger say? Wow, Amazon. Yeah, I know. I don't know if I would want to. If you're going to buy, whether something, I wouldn't mind. Wonder if you could sell a straddle. Could you? I don't know. You can make the money on it on the premium. If the options are high, I'd rather be a seller. The options are high, I'd rather be a seller. Glenn, all your multi-bagger picks are low price. SMCI is my first multi-bagger pick for this year. Fitz, the whole idea it is designed to be low dollar. When I first started on the journey for multi-bagger picks, it's going to probably be easier to get a lower dollar stock to be a multi-bagger rather than trying to buy a more expensive stock to be a multi-bagger. Does that make sense? That's why you need a raise since Glenn Holiday. Why is he? What does he need? What is he getting paid for? Who's paying him? How is he going to get a raise? I'm not paying him. Sigh. Selling a straddle, you need a portfolio margin. Do an iron condor. Thank you. That way is it. Well, if it's going to have a big move, you better have a big spread on your condor. If it's going to be a big move, it possibly could be a big move, you need to have a big spread on your condor. You can sell a straddle, but it's a limited risk. Because it's going to go one way or the other. Hopefully, and it could be unlimited risk. It'll only be unlimited risk if you let it ride. If I'm going to do a straddle, I know that I'm doing a straddle because it's going to move one direction or the other. As soon as one of the legs goes against me, I'm out of it. I'm not going to let it be unlimited risk. I won't let it be unlimited risk. I understand that, Ryan, but I'm not going to let it do that because the whole purpose of doing a straddle is to know that, or a strangle, if especially going to have a bigger move, is to play one side or the other. All this options jumble talk is Jazz. Stop. You just have an open mind and learn about options, Jazz. I'm going to start putting my foot down. All you guys that are in here, guys and gals that are in here talking about you wanting to be financially free and learn options. All right? Learn options. That's all I'm going to. Uncle Glenn had to help. No, don't put that kind of pressure on me, Amir. Don't do that. That's unfair to me. Don't do that. I'm here for everybody. And how you use the software for what the reasons you use the software with is your deal, not mine. Don't put that kind of pressure on me, man. Not at all. I will help you. I will definitely help you. That's my job. But that's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure. Hey, Glenn, is there a way to track the 3 and the 8 cross? I'm trying to set it up as a screener. Or do you already I can build a search. Real quick, looking for stocks. You got to have rope. You got to have what do you got to have? You got to have something for it though. What do you got to have? Pro trader. Stocks. Go down the price split adjusted. Operator. Pro trader. I can do a EMA, which is in the what's the word I'm looking for the E? It is oh my gosh, I'm having a brain fart. What is no, I didn't, Mark. What is the E? What is the E? What is the freaking E? All you guys are typing so slow. Anyway, and let's go say, thank you, Exponential. Goodness gracious. That happens from time to time. Today is one of those days. After this, I've got to go record a video that I've been trying to record all freaking morning long, but I got to get it done. Sorry, above the 8. There you go. Over the last day. There's a search right now where I'm looking for looking throughout the whole database, finding all the stocks that the 3 cross above the 8. But I would want to put other things in here. Something like price volume, average volume, greater than or equal to, let's go 250,000. All right, now I'm looking at stocks that have a lot more liquidity. All right, what else do I want to look for? Look at that. Now I got more stocks. How about the 3 and the 8, but capital appreciation value greater than price? Actual. So these are undervalued stocks. Who asked me the question about this? Now I'm looking at undervalued stocks that have liquidity with a 3 cross below the 8. I'm building this on the fly, folks. Who just asked me about how to find this? I built my own home. However, mine is definitely very short term. Who asked? Who just asked me this? Sorry. But I don't mind taking the time to answer the question like this. And I just built it for the whole room. I just built it for the whole room. You know, I like the 3 and the 8, but the 3 crossed above the 8 in the last day when average volume greater than 250,000, and I want them to be undervalued. Christopher Smith, are you messing with me, Rick? Was it really Christopher Smith? Who just asked me? I'm going to go back up to the chat. Knowledge is always welcome, especially coming from you, sir. Thank you, Isidro. Who just asked me? Was it Christopher Smith? It was Christopher Smith. It was Christopher Smith. Christopher, why didn't you tell me that sorry, never mind. All right, you want optionable stocks too? We can do that. Stocks, filter by exchange. For those that play options, equal to, let's just find the optionable A. I don't want B. A, NASDAQ, New York. I think that's good enough. Now they're all optionable. Ooh-wee. There you go. There you go. That's a good search right there, folks. For everybody in the room. For those people who are newer, I'm probably not going to tell you to do this. But for people who are looking for a combination of options along with technicals and the fundamentals, stock under, I think this is a good, well-rounded search for you guys to keep your eyes on. If you're not a subscriber to the software and you want to be able to build this, all right, you know, you can get a trial to the VectorVest system for 99 cents, 30 days. And then once you get that trial, go back through this video and come look at what I set up. And you can set this up right here. I like this. This is, again, something along the lines of what a lot of you out there are looking for. 3 and the 8, you know, I like the 3 and the 8. So the 3 and the 8 crossed within the last day. I want liquidity, more than just 100,000 shares. I want 250,000 shares average volume. I want the stock to be undervalued. Why? Because that's our mantra, to have you in safe, undervalued stocks that rise in price in a rising market. This makes sure we're in undervalued stocks. And for those option players out there who like all of this setup, you can play your options on this. Could add CI for safer stocks? Lee, you sure can. You know, I can. How about this? Without having to change the search, why don't we just sort by CI? Ooh, or better yet, CI times growth. Oh my goodness gracious, golly gee willikers, baby. Woo. Look at the different stocks that they come up. Now I'm sorted by stocks that go up more than they go down times stocks that have good earnings growth rate. Look at that. Look at that. All right. Do you get dividend paying stocks? I could put dividends in here too. I can make this whatever I want. I can make this a good all-around search. You want dividends? I'll do this, the last piece I'll do to it. Stocks. This might mess it up a little bit though. How about dividend safety greater than, so this is only going to be looking at stocks that have dividends, greater than 60. Now watch to see how many stocks still remain. A lot of stocks still there, folks. So now not only is these optionable that have good liquidity, that are all undervalued, but now all of these stocks pay a dividend and they have a dividend safety. Good Lord, have mercy, folks. I might have built y'all the freaking best search in the whole freaking world right here. I'm going to have to save it, though. I'm going to save this. Save as. You know what I'm going to call this? Best freaking search in the whole world. Okay, I just created it. I'm going to put it into YouTube. The best freaking search in the whole world. I'm saving that. So at some point in time, if you ever want to go take a look and see what it brings up, back test of the week. Let's run it. I'll do that. I'll do that real quick. Let's run it as of today. No, I need to run it as of a week ago. Yeah, let's go on. And then we got to go. Today's session was good. How many of y'all thought today's session was good without having to look at your stocks? Type of 1. How many of you thought that today's session was cool without looking at your stocks? Type of 1. Type of 1. I need everybody to type a 1 because that was off the cuff. That was not planned. This was off the cuff. This was showing flexibility. I love to show flexibility. You know, I don't want to always do what I got planned. This was good. All right, let's go. We ran it as of 125. Well, not a lot of stocks. All right, interesting. Let's quick test. How did it look? Good. Gordon Gin. Look at that. It did. It blew the S&P out the water over 1 week. Look at that. Maybe we created the best freaking search in the whole world. Can I make a portfolio? I could. Do you really want me to make a portfolio? Do y'all want me to really make a portfolio? I got to set up terms, though. I got to set up what market timer I'm using. I'm not. Remind me. I might, but I got to think about how I want to set it up. I got to think about how I want to set it up as a portfolio. The webinar was good until Uncle Glenn started singing. Lou, stop being a hater. Lou, stop being a hater. Sigh. I missed a good session. That's all right. Once I'm done, it's going to be recorded. It's going to be up there, energy. It's going to do a quick test. No, you know something? I'm going to do a quick test from the last confirmed up call. What the heck is that? Why is my phone was playing music? The last confirmed up call. Let's go see if it's got some legs. 1124. Let's go see if this search got some legs. It only found 5 stocks that met the criteria, though. Everybody, you got your fingers crossed? Let's go see. I don't know. Wow. It kept up with the market. For a search that I've done no testing on, that's not half bad. It kept up with the market. All right. Rest on it over the weekend. I want to see if this is worth it for me to do some more work on. That might be tomorrow's video. Now, I had another video planned. This could be tomorrow's video. The best freaking search. Joey, what do you think about that? The best freaking search in the whole world. That's a bold statement, though, isn't it? That's super bold. All right. I don't think I'm going to do that as a strategy, but I'm going to do some more testing on it. All right. Joey, put me on the last screen. Are you awake, Joey? Are you even here? Sigh. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Hold on. Let's go. Is it? I think Joey's asleep. I think Joey was asleep. Joey, are you pro or anti-EVs? He doesn't know what an EV is. He doesn't even know what an EV is. Linda says, there you go. Love the idea of the best freaking search. I like that. All right. MLM for a trade. That was confirmation. Oh, was it really? All right. I asked Glenn. Christopher says, I asked Glenn. I also have other parameters, including I was driving. That's all right. Listen, this is a start. Joey, are you here? Because I don't know how to end this thing all by myself.
Well, it's still early for you. You still got another 20 minutes.
I got another 20 minutes? Oh, okay. Glenn, call it the best search since the... Nope. I like the best freaking search in the whole world. I'm just keeping that. New study shows that road barriers don't stop EVs. Really? Why did you do... Joey's trying to tell me to go. He took my chat away. There's got to be a way that I can get my own chat by myself that you can't touch. But this is how he gets in. All right, I got to go. Folks, today's session was a little bit off the beaten path, but I'm okay with that. If you haven't already, hit the like button. After this video is available for you to watch as well, don't forget to share it. If you haven't already shared it today, share it. All right, that's the way we get more people to watch this kind of stuff. I love the idea that we're flexible enough to alter any live stream to fit you guys. So that's a beautiful thing. All right, I got to go. I can't even see your chat because Joey took it away. Everybody chat to Joey and go, boo. Not like I can freaking see it anyway. All right, adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Also praying for my peeps in Israel. Odabu. No. Bom dia, salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until next time, folks, see ya. Give me my chat back.